I actually was about to write something, but then I thought that I maybe could even make a video and talk about it in this way. So something that I've been thinking about in this past week is how much of an effort and energy it takes to actually talk about things around sexuality, and especially me and my sexuality, and how it's changed over the years. Because well, I told a family member of mine for the first time a year ago, a little over a year, last summer, and that was like a huge deal, even though I didn't really want it to be a huge deal, because I want it to be something that's easy to talk about, but it hasn't been for me. So obviously, of course, it's been something that has taken time, and I've had to even learn about it and process things myself before I could even dig into it, or not dig into it, but talk about it actually, and not just write about it. But that's a great way to start. Sometimes to just get forged into. But so yeah. And then after I told one person, then I wanted for a long time to tell my mom, because we'd been talking about some things around dating and just personalities that you're into or what you're into. I think all of these talks that you always will have with your parents, or might be siblings instead if it's not your parents, but it can also be friends. But in this case, it was my mom, and I really wanted to tell her for a long time, because I've always been close to my mom and been able to talk about her with some things that I've struggled a lot with, and so I felt like a safe space around that. But I haven't felt like that was a thing that I could easily talk about. And the thing I realized about it was, or learned about it, was that it's been a lot about how confident I've been in it myself, how much I've known about it, because I'm learning all the time about all the things around it. So it took some time for me to actually tell my mom it. And then when I actually got to tell, before that, I actually did tell it. I told it to my brother's girlfriend, who I've always felt like she's just been such an open and compassionate and welcoming person, and just been kind about everything, and just so compassionate. So I felt like I was in a safe space, and then there was a special situation about it, and then I kind of just decided to tell her, because I just wanted to get it out. And so I shared some thoughts with her about it, and my that I wanted to share it with the rest of my family. And so I talked to my mom, but then it's been like half a year, and I think because of the thoughts that I've been having after the first experience I've had with talking about it, and also just the things that you see or hear or read about in in other experiences that like other humans have and other people have, then you can like make up situations of how it would be. So it took me so long, and then I've just been kind of overthinking some things, even though I know that my brother has always been one of the persons closest to me. I have 3 siblings, and he has just always like been the person that has been there. I've grown up with him, so I kind of also began to feel a little shame because of the fact that I hadn't told him yet. So I realized the fact how much energy that it actually has taken me, how much I've learned about myself, and also not about myself, but I think I'm being even more compassionate with other people, having different stories and having hard stories, because I know how much energy it could take, and how much like that, because we don't always, like, we know that it's I don't even know how to explain this, but because we always learn about ourselves, there can be things that we are not sure about yet, but we might know that there are some feelings or some specific things that are for sure. And then if we might be like, if we might not feel that confident or just not feel like we own it, like how we want it yet, if that makes sense, and then it can be really, really hard to like talk about it, because it's just a theme and a thing that in some places or in some family structures can be really hard to start a conversation about. And I realized how much it has taken for me to actually grow a conversation and be able to talk even more about it. That was what I wanted to share with you. The fact that I've been so kind of surprised, but also I've just really learned a lot here in the past year. Like, learned about how I can be better at helping people actually getting to talk about things, so that we can feel more free and feel like we're here and just live a life, but also make sure that I actually have the energy to do this, and that I take care of myself before anything else, so that I can be there for others. And that's actually something that I've heard Amber from Prime Your Mindset talk a lot about. So that's been something that I've really taken into me and trying to cultivate, and just remember myself on the fact that the more I take care of myself and the more that I do the things that help me, the more I can actually be there again for myself, but also for others. And the more I'm there for myself, the more I can be there. Yeah, it's like this circle. I'll go to take some dinner now, make that. But that's what I just wanted to share, because as I said, it's really been a learning process, and I've just realized how much of energy that it takes to both take care of myself, but also be actually be able to do this that I want. And it takes different things, but I'm grateful for it. So that was